Getting started here, going to be streaming on both Facebook and YouTube. I thought I would do a Q&A for you guys. Let me get all this going. It's taking just a minute to load up. But I think we're about to be there. Looks like YouTube is live now too. Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, just sitting here relaxing on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. Thought I would sit down between getting client work done, getting memes and social media posts done. I got like 3 client sheets I got to update this afternoon, and then we will get back to making memes. But in the meantime, thought I would sit down, do a Q&A chat with you people. I'm going to do at least one of these every day, no matter what else is going on with all my other platforms, working all the stuff on the Facebook. I am going to try to get a live stream in every day, unless I have serious plans that completely interfere. I'm still going to continue to try to do a live stream for you guys every day. I'll try to multi-platform them so that everyone can get me everywhere. Hit that like button as soon as you get in. Let's get comments going. Let's get conversations going. Let's kick this off. And I didn't pick a topic today, just having fun with that placeholder title here because it seems to have worked the other day. But yeah. Nick M says, do you recommend a three-day push-pull legs for late novice, or should they run full body? I think either one can work. If we're talking purely physiology, I'm going to lean in the direction of the full body. However, if you're someone who psychologically finds a split to be more effective in terms of your effort and consistency, even though we could make a case that the potential for gains, muscle fiber, protein synthesis, and things would be a little higher on the full body, the consistency and enjoyment of the push-pull legs will probably win out over that if you legitimately enjoy and psychologically need to organize your stuff into a split. Does that make sense? So it's the case of, and a lot of people do respond well to that. And I'm going to tell you at the end of the day, even if we could make a small advantage towards the full body, psychological factors are always going to win out in terms of consistency and effort. Tips for bench press to avoid pec issues. Don't bounce the bar off your chest. Learn to grip the bar correctly. Don't go too hard in the drugs. Don't crash your estrogen with the wrong drugs. So on. So Christina, it's very difficult to tear a pec with a barbell flat bench press if you're on no drugs that interfere or create imbalances in terms of contractile force versus tendons, or that weaken cross bridges and tendons. So this is almost a non-factor unless you're on drugs. So are you a steroid user is my first question, because that's a whole different topic of how to be careful with your specifics of your drugs. Is really a very, very big deal. Like, that's number one cause of your pec tears in serious lifters has to do with their drug stacks. So we need to be clear on that. Now, barring that, always controlling your eccentric rep, never bouncing the bar. That'll work wonders. Always stack the bar over your wrist bone. If you do those things, your odds of pairing a tech or pec are pretty mild. But the second you start bouncing the bar, lifting your butt off the bench, you start not stacking correctly, then, steroids are not going to be the main cause, right? Generally, though, you definitely don't want to have low estrogen, though. Any way you break it down, I'm going to say, irrespective of what pathway it's reached through, having excessively low estrogen levels is going to risk tendon tears also, right? Whether that occurred naturally or because of your drug combinations. Nick says, does doing skull crushers to the forehead as opposed to behind the head? So then you mean a skull crusher instead of a laying extension? We don't call it a skull crusher if you go behind the head. Make a difference in long head recruitment? No, I don't think it's going to make a difference in the long head. Maybe the lateral head, though. By taking it to the forehead, you may get a little more lateral development. However, it's also going to be harder on your tendons. So, we could argue this all day long, but at the end of the day, if you're avoiding tendonitis, you're avoiding injury, and you're doing any of them, you're still probably going to still recruit all the heads of the tricep. As long as you're getting really close to failure and you progressively overload. How would you program the Zercher deadlift for a full body workout? I can't do any lower body exercises because of my injury from mandated military service, scoliosis, bone marrow edema. You would program it the same way you would be programming your normal deadlifts, honestly. Ching, I don't think that the Zercher deadlift has to have special programming. You could take any of those same templates and replace the deadlift with it if it's the variation you can do. Then just program it identical to how you would a deadlift in whatever program you're running. Right? It's not like it needs special programming. What are your thoughts on modern bodybuilders say Prime Arnold and other golden era bodybuilders? This is cope, drug cope. No. These guys need to stop. This is their excessive, crazy drug use and side enhancement that's giving them delusions that make them think that their genetics were better than these guys. It's just drugs. So the differences you're seeing in their physiques, the guys who are claiming this, it's coping for their excessive drug abuse. And the fact that they use 17 drugs that Arnold didn't have access to, and everything he did have access to, they're using 5 times as much as he did. It's purely a cope for their drug addiction. Do you recommend slow cut? I recommend cutting at the rate that's appropriate for your psychology and your specific goals and what you need to retain muscle tissue. Most of the time, slow cuts are probably more appropriate, but that's a very specific question to your specific situation. Thanks, Jason. You made a short today saying deadlift can build muscles in the upper body. Which muscles are you referring to? Your lats, your traps, your forearms, your erectors, your abdominals, your obliques, right? Your lats and your traps will grow from the deadlift. If you did nothing but deadlift and got really strong at it, and I'm not saying it's going to give you the best lats or maximize it, a pull-up is still going to be better. I am saying that your lats will grow. Your traps will definitely grow from deadlifting if you're actually moving serious weight, right? Chings says, so just 3x5, 1x5 on the beginning of every workout. Every other workout. Remember, I'm missing out on both squats and deadlifts. Pendlay rows work since I'm not strong enough yet. To replace the squat with it then. So are you Zercher squatting or Zercher deadlifting? So I don't know. It sounds like you need custom programming though, because now we're getting really complicated because you specified the Zercher deadlift. But if you're replacing squats with it, then are you doing a Zercher squat or what are we doing here? I don't know, man. This is getting too complicated. This is consultation level question. JC says, yo, long time, just got back in from some plyometrics at the park. Cold. Yeah, I know, man. It's been cold out there lately, bro. I've been freezing my nipples off doing my workouts out there in my shorts, man. It's 64 degrees outside right now, Fahrenheit, man. Got the Texas cold, baby. Doing isometric face pulls, holds with resistance bands on my living room to improve neck posture. All right, cool. That may be helpful. Also, you could work with some band pull aparts too. All that stuff, man. So for my people who don't use freedom units, let me convert Fahrenheit to Celsius. So what is the temperature in Celsius? It's 17.8 degrees Celsius outside right now here. That East Texas cold scapula stabilizer. All right, cool. That's warm, bro. That's cold, man. Actually, it was in the 40s yesterday. I was at 46 when I was working out. I actually put clothes on until I warmed up and did a couple of squats with just one plate, and then realized I could take it all off, go down to my shorts. I could do both theoretically, but I'm only doing Zercher deadlifts to not gain much weight. As stupid as it sounds, in case I'm able to ever compete for arm wrestling and weight classes ever again. Okay, gotcha. All right. I mean, I'd run them at 3x5 then. But you're still going to want to gain muscle. So gaining weight is going to be controlled by your diet. Yes, 40 degrees in Yonkers right now, going down to 17. No, don't even talk about 17 degrees, man. New York is frigid, but Illinois is insane in the winter with the hard chill from the super flat land. Yeah, I've been to Illinois in the winter before. Travel says, good day, brother Jason. I was excited to see the guitar progression in the short you uploaded. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. About to hit a RPR. Oh my God. 7.987 on a behind the back block Jefferson bench press. Andy thing to shot the system. Right, babe? There you go, man. Where should the bar be when unracking the bench? Probably right about eye level. Pretty close to. Although we can make a case of if you have really strong triceps and a smooth bar path, your unrack could actually be above your neck, but the odds of hitting the uprights. I personally like it right about here, just above neck, so maybe above my chin when I unrack. Do rows work the side delts to some extent? Yes. Also happy to see you back at the roots hitting the full body again. I miss those days. There we go. Mine is a little forward. Is that okay? It feels better. I don't understand the question. Forward, you're laying down. What does forward mean? Proximal or distal? The bar when I unrack, I don't understand. Could you put it in physiology terms? I literally don't understand what you're asking. So go look up proximal or distal. Proximal, closer to the face. Distal, closer to the feet. So you have the bar all the way above your shoulders, all the way down here. Okay. If you can maintain the bar path without hitting the uprights, that's fine. If you have really strong triceps and a good bar path, you can possibly get away with that. Are you hitting the uprights when you grind? That's what's going to tell you. You're hitting the J hooks. As long as you're missing the J hooks, it's okay. If you're not hitting the J hooks, then you're good. That's perfectly fine. I remember the days when you hit full body. My opinion was when you give the best advice, of course, that's my opinion. Hey, man, all good. Thank you so much for the answer, sir. Really appreciate it. Yes, I meant muscle. Yeah. I mean, you're still going to want to gain some muscle, though, bro. It's where you're going to get your strength. Can you increase bench while cutting? Too many variables to answer. I feel like if I can somewhat maintain my bench strength or even gain a little and to cut to like 170 pounds, you'd be happy. Too many variables to answer. Caleb says, why the bodybuilders? I don't know. Why the bodybuilders? What are you asking me? What you talking about? Are they giving bad credit? Oh, because it's their drug abuse talking. They don't want to admit that what they've done is purely a product of drugs. It's a cope. I also remember when your deadlift being really good, never understood the hate on your strength when you hit 500 for 8 on your 40th birthday. I totally did, Turtle Bob. My 40th birthday, we did 500 for 8. Now, that was on a really whippy deadlift bar, though, to be fair, with iron plates. That kind of matters. All right. It was cheating. The bar was really whippy and it was thicker iron plates. So we know I realistically pick up an extra rep or two out of that, but still, it was done wrong. Dudes don't want to admit when they start doing crazy stuff like bumper plates with straps and seeing whether they're getting 100 pounds out of it. Uh, yes, sir, but building a strong spine, lower back, hip is unavoidable for me at this point. So I'll take it. I don't know if arm wrestling will ever be a part of my life again, though, right? So, you still want to build all that area up, man. Connor just had an absolutely, my moderator in here, just had an absolutely epic seminar with Leroy Davis. Coach, the old school pullovers hit different. It was the same on Yates Hughes. Cool, man. So, yeah, I'm assuming you did have a good seminar. You've been talking about that for a while in here. Just being fair, most people would be lit by to hit 500 for a lifetime PR. Yeah, true. Not me though, man. I got to rep it. I did it for 6 on Friday. So yesterday I did 6 on my top set, and I feel like I had more in the tank. I had a couple people like, dude, you look like you could have got 8. I probably could have if I was willing to grind it. Because that 6 rep, I held it for 3 seconds at the top and just set it down. I knew I had more in the tank. Maybe we'll get it up to 10. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe I'll get my 315 bench up to 10 and my 500 deadlift up to 10 while getting leaner. That'd be a good goal. That'd be something to strive for. So lose some more body fat and then hit those lifts just so haters will come in and call me a fat, weak piece of shit. All right. Sorry for my bad spelling. I promise I'm not stupid. I'm just typing while eating a sandwich. Hey, man, it's all good, bro. We'll buy that as an acceptable excuse. Brother's over here eating a sandwich. All right. He's eating a sandwich. We got to chill with that. Appreciate the super chat, bro. 315 for 10 is good. Is a good goal. Thank you. Thanks for the super chat, brother. Yeah, I mean, I don't know that I can reach it, but let's work towards it. The problem is, Vegan Stains hit 315 for 8 the other day. And yeah, he's on a lot of drugs. Yeah, he weighs more than me. Yeah, he's younger than me. But the mere fact that somebody like him is stronger than me at one lift, even one lift, makes me uncomfortable. You know what I mean? For him, even though I can destroy him at everything else, right? Even though I literally just destroy him and train him into the ground at all the other big lifts, the fact that on a contested classic lift that he's stronger than me makes me feel like a complete failure as a human being. Like absolutely disgusted that pathetic piece of shit can outlift me at something literally makes me feel inferior. That makes me feel like a failure as a human being, that blowhard piece of shit can beat me at one lift. It actually impacts my ego in a negative way. Yeah, I know I can do 20 reps with his maxes on everything else, but it's besides the point. The fact that he was able to use enough drugs to beat me at a lift is kind of upsetting me. It has me shook. All right. Caleb says, like we lose reality that a 315 bench and 405 squat and 495 deadlift are weak, but reality, they're strong for serious goer social media types. Give us they give us strength dysmorphia. Also just got to 70 for 3 on dips. Good stuff, Turtle Bob. Can't be letting Vegan Stains do that, right? Coach, am I crazy, or could you have potentially done 8 reps on that deadlift yesterday if you took it to the max? I think 8 was probably there. I know I had 7. I stopped at 6. I'm like, you know what? This rep felt really good. I held it at the top for 3 seconds, set it down. And I'm like, let's just call this set. It was a good set because I wanted to do some other stuff after. But I got a PR on the belt squat after up next. I chilled there with it, but realistically looking at the footage at that 6th rep, I had at least one more, minimum one more. Now 2, maybe. I'll give it 50-50. Chings says, I took shrooms the other day, and I remember that you said that dips are better than bench press because it moves. Well, it's not necessarily better, but I do like exercises that move your body through space. I think that they definitely can be magical, Uh, and it made you laugh for 2 hours straight. That might have been the psychedelics, man. It might have been those psychedelics that play. You know what I'm saying? Right. Although we don't promote recreational drug use around here. I mean, you're a grown man, though, free to do as you please. I don't endorse it personally. Also, I don't know why, but high reps bother my shoulder on disc, but low reps heavyweight makes me feel them better than they did before, almost like rehab. I don't know, Turtle Bob. Maybe your form is different. Maybe you're getting choppy with the reps for high reps, and maybe you're controlling the weight more when it's heavier, and that could be a factor, right? It could be the cadence and the technique you're using. Just worth pointing out, you know, worth pointing out. Is it normal to feel your front delts? No, technically they should be worked less than on a bench press, in theory. Um, are they used as a primary mover? Yes, but hypothetically, they should be worked slightly less than on a flat bench, and definitely less than an incline. So, relative to what? So that angle involved, they're going to get worked just a little bit less. Then again, I had somebody arguing with me in the comments earlier, telling me that my lateral raises only work my front delts, and I don't have no idea how to do them, and I'm just a complete ignoramus blowhard. It might be because I'm quite heavy, 210s and 30 pounds or so to lose. I don't know. I mean, we could look at the technique and see what's up with it. But I mean, they're going to be worked. We have to be very careful, though, about where we feel muscles on compound movements and assuming that. Hi, Jason. Funny title. Assume I always loved the character you played on camera. It was just gold YouTube entertainment. You're not a fake Merc for that, right? But, I figure I might as well just refer back to it since everyone else does. I've realized people are never going to let it go, so I'll just own it. Like after 11 years, people are not going to let my satire comedy go. They really are taking it serious 11 years later. So since I can't get people to let go of it, I might as well just embrace it, that I am the fake Merc. That's me, y'all. I'm a fake Merc. I'm not a real Merc. I'm a fake Merc. I've never actually been a mercenary. I just play one on camera. Is training, yeah, it's been 11 years. Is training natural way harder to progress than some not natty because bodybuilders look so freaky and powerlifters so strong? To me, it's like, how's it even possible? Obviously, training natural is way harder. Is this even in question? I know dudes who use enough drugs who they don't even need to train hard to be monstrous. And I'm not saying training hard wouldn't help them. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. I mean, look at the difference of Dorian Yates and Kevin Levrone. Kevin Levrone trained like one of the most lazy pussies you have ever seen, to the point where it's comical. Like, there's no way he's even a serious bodybuilder who's even trying. And yet he competed with Dorian Yates in the Olympia. But he lost because Dorian outtrained him. I was thinking about reaching out to you as soon as started stalling on my adapted full body workout. How much would you charge? I do non-client calls at $100 for a 1 hour call. I did like 6 or 7 of them last month. Yeah, I did 7 because I know looking those notes over, I made 700 on consultations last month. So I did 7 of them. So I do them pretty frequently. I've done 1 this month so far. So I usually do them at 100. Have you seen Kevin's incline presses? Yeah, I mean, he was strong on them, obviously, but he tended to train not hard, and he didn't train year round. Like, so when I say lazy, if you take off 3 months every year and don't lift any weights, that's pretty lazy. Think about a normal person if every summer they just quit working out for the whole summer. How much would they progress? Like, would you consider someone serious about their lifting or bodybuilding or fitness if they took 12 weeks straight off every single year and didn't touch any weights? You know, that shows you the power of drugs and genetics. The dude took 3 full months off straight every year purely to work on his music. He's like, he worked only on his band and did no working out, no training, no lifting, didn't touch a weight for 3 months straight every single summer while competing in the Olympia. So let's come back and tell me how much easier drugs make it. Yeah. Today, Leroy said LeBron and those lot only started training harder. One story and said going back to the gym tomorrow, drop the blood and he goes, maybe everyone's physique's improved. I could see that. LeBron and Wheeler only trained about 4 months out of the year and got back to the same physique while Dorian improved. I thought they only took a few months off. Right. But, yeah, nature of the game. Oh, serious training. Probably true for Flex. Flex, I saw some of Flex's old workout videos like on VHS. The dude trained like, how do I put this? You know the girls who go to the gym and they don't want to get too big, right? You know the typical gym girl who says, I work out, but I don't want to get too big. And you see how they train? That's what Flex Wheeler's training looked like. Dude would walk over and do 30-pound lat pull downs, not to failure, and then put one plate aside on a barbell row and call it training his lats. You started drinking raw lamb's blood. You shouldn't be drinking raw blood, dude. This is not a good idea. This is a good way to make yourself really sick. Okay? To think about this. This is how you get other bacteria. This is how you get parasites. Drinking blood, man, it's not good, bro. Yeah. Dorian set the standard. The others, including even Nasser, couldn't hold up. Right? Oh man. Yeah, sounds like you need to get off the mushrooms. I agree. If you're over here drinking raw blood, yeah, this is not a good thing, dude. Not a good thing. We don't even leave blood in animals, right? For a reason. Okay. You ever hunted? You ever butchered animals? One of the first things you're trying to do is get the blood out immediately, right? Do all that for a reason. Yeah, dude, doesn't matter that you're buying it from a local butcher. You still shouldn't be doing that. In fact, I wouldn't even be eating raw meat in general, even the raw meat, let alone the blood. Again, your risk of parasite infections gets really high from this. It's telling you straight up, home skillet. I mean, you're free to do as you please, but if you're going to ask my advice, you ask me what I think about it. No, man. I'm going to go with no. I think it's a bad idea. Right? I mean, I've even butchered plenty of animals. So we didn't do our bigger animals. We had those done by a professional. But even with chickens, you know, you get the blood out. So we would always take the head off while it's still alive and you hold them upside down, right? Get it drained out immediately. I get a lot of vascularity on the day I do forearm training and cardio, but the effect is temporary. How can I prolong the vascular look, man? Get a little leaner. Get your body fat down, get your conditioning and work capacity up, and then you get veins for days, man. Make sure you got enough potassium and sodium in your diet. And electrolytes. Speaking of that, how the veins doing today? Let's get a vein rating. And I'm not on carbs now, so it's interesting that they're maintaining their fullness. How we rating the veins, guys? Come on, give me a rating here. All right. But if you're getting the vascularity during the training, it will continue over time, you know. The main thing is, you know, don't be fat. Helps. Yeah. To be fair, though, I'm genetically pretty vascular. Like, I can't blame it all on training, because even if people are like, oh, it's because you're a bunch of gear. No, I was vascular originally, natty. I was pretty vascular naturally, too, just from lifting and running and stuff. So there is a genetic component, but definitely being lean, being in shape, right, and making sure you're hydrated. Definitely being hydrated. And carnivore, because any carb seems to create nerve pain in my hip area, except dairy. No, dude, don't do the raw meat thing. Yeah, you don't drink blood. I don't promote the carnivore either, even though I'm on lower carbs. I eat tons of vegetables. All right, look at my breakfast. So to give you an idea, here's my breakfast from yesterday, if I can find it. So note what I'm eating, even when I'm doing lower carbs like this. All right. That's my breakfast from yesterday. So if you look there, I have beef chuck steak. Right. So I make that. I've got 3 eggs, 3 whole eggs done over easy. I got 2 avocados in there. I got bell peppers. I got spinach. So we got avocado, bell pepper, spinach, and then I have Mootopia, fat-free Mootopia, ultra-filtered milk. All right, to go with it. So even if you're going to do a lower carb approach, that works really well. Yeah, raw meat carnivore is stupid as hell. It's dumb. There's no. I can't stand these fats. Is isolated protein powder worth the extra money over regular whey protein? No, it has no benefits unless you're struggling with lactose intolerance from the other. Like, so even if you get bloating, gas, diarrhea from concentrate, then isolate might be worth it for you if you need a protein powder at all. And I agree with Connor, man. Fruits and vegetables are essential. Jason, did you ever see Lucas Hatton 600 for 20 rep raw squat? No, I did not. That's pretty crazy. Because even that epic Tom Platt set was in a squat suit. And it was questionable. A lot of people questioned if he used fake weights. That's still been a point of contention. But no, I haven't seen that, man. It's just, I assume it's on camera somewhere. That's pretty crazy. What's the guy's max squat has got to be ridiculous. Like, this, how big is this guy? For 20. What? Yeah, that's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Oh man, yeah, that's crazy. He's the strongest professional strongman as far as static strength is concerned. Yeah, I mean, I believe it with that. Those fruit and vegetables, sadly, they force nerve pain. No, no, this is not going to be your solution. I think you need to talk to a registered dietitian about this who specializes in nerve issues. No, I've never played any of the Halo games. Never played any of the Halo games, really. I tried one of them once and didn't like it back in the day. I didn't care for it. I don't know what number it was. But tow truck is crazy. Well, there's lots of crazy strong dudes out there. A lot of these guys are massive in terms of size, frame, body weight, you know. And I think people don't understand because they're not looking at size. Like I have John McBean is on my friends list, and there's people who are like, "Well, what about him with size and strength? He's only like 180 pounds, and he's 63 and benches over 400." I'm like, he's 260 pounds. Like, oh, and if you've seen him shirtless, he's 260 with big, big pecs. So of course he benches over 400 pounds in spite of his age. He's got massive pecs and he's 260 pounds. You know? And he's a hardcore gun advocate. He's a serious gun rights guy too, by the way. He's about that pew pew life, right? We're all about that pew pew life around here. Pew. Do you play in a band? Not publicly. My country is cooked, so no pew pews. Well, you guys got to fix that. In terms of impressiveness, probably so. Is it necessarily stronger till you see what its max is? But in terms of at least potential, I always remind guys when someone says, "What's a stronger display of strength?" 500 for 100 reps or 501 for a single. The 501 for a single is technically stronger, a stronger display because the weight on the bar. Um, but that aside, yeah, Ray Williams probably he might die of a heart attack. I mean, he is really fat. I mean, hey, it's fat. I would, you know, just saying, y'all. I feel the bench a lot more when it's just a lot of the unrack. It's because you're struggling with tightness. Hey, Chings, I don't know what any of that means, dude. Hoobly, bloobly, what? Bleep, blop, flute, blop, ziggin, zoggin, ziggy, zoggy, oi, oi, oi. I don't know what any of that means. What you just wrote is like, you just wrote ziggy, zoggy, flopty, flopty, flu. Something about stock market or something, maybe. There you go. Did you see this clavicular kid? He's on a bunch of drugs and you're trying to look smacks. No, but the mere fact that he uses the word looks max, I hope he dies. There we go. I'm going to quit being nice. I'm tired of being nice all the time. You know what? I think any young man who uses the word looks maxing, I hope they die of butt cancer. How's that sound? I don't have any idea who he is either. But the mere fact that he uses that word, I hate him. All right, how's that? I'm just going to be that way from now on. I'm tired of being nice all the time. It hasn't done me any good on the internet. Being nice has made me look soft. It's made people think that I'm a pussy for some reason. So I'm just going to quit doing it. Yeah, there's a difference between what is stronger and what is more impressive, though. Exactly. Taking 600 or 20 has to be extremely painful and a test in conditioning, no matter how strong you are, Joe. I agree. Well, I wouldn't know anything about it because I don't follow looks maxing, so there's no reason for me to ever see it. You know what I'm having to ban in my feed is all these weird third world stuff nonstop. I'm just like blocking them so that they quit appearing in my feed. Remove this reel. There's always some weird gross ass stuff being done in India or Africa where they're eating monkeys or cooking monkeys in a pot and then chewing on the whole monkey with the head still on, or a bunch of nasty looking street food in India, people getting botulism and stuff, all this gross ass third world stuff. I have no interest in seeing any of it. So I'm always continually just removing them till it goes away. So that I don't know why it's there, but since I don't follow any of this looks maxing stuff, I don't follow any of it. None of it appears in my feed. But the fact that he uses that term and he probably plucks his eyebrows, you know, I want him to get cancer. That the algorithm feeds you is based on your history to some extent, or would it hear? I don't know, man. The phone does crazy stuff, bro. You be talking too loud in front of your phone and it starts kicking ads and stuff out based upon what you're saying, you know, right? I'm getting ads for candles nonstop since I was talking about candles the other day. I like scented candles a lot, you know. See, I got to make everything smell good while I'm sitting here in my zone at my desk. So since I'm here chatting with y'all, we got to have the scented candles going, you know. That was hot as fuck. All right. You know, now I've been getting all this stuff. No, I'm not Jewish, dude, so I don't read the Talmud. Bro, nobody has time to read all that. That's like 37 sets of encyclopedias. Your title about Alex calling you a fake Merc again. He really spazzed out. What? Oh, did they? No, I didn't see that. Did he call me a fake Merc? I didn't know he called me a fake Merc again. They spazzed out. They're upset, huh? They upset. They shook. So they're shook. That's what you're telling me. So I need to call out one. Okay, so here's what I need to do. Here's what I need to do. I need to do a lifting video for Vegan Gains now with me just doing tons and tons of deadlifting. Vegan Gains can't do this, just 10 minutes of deadlifts from this year. Vegan Gains videos on this channel. Well, I don't want to go watch it. I don't care. Have you ever considered painting your toenails and taking a strongwoman championship? Well, fortunately, it looks like they're shutting that nonsense down. Looks like they're shutting it down, so that's good. All right. Opinions on gravity boots. I don't have opinions on gravity boots. No. So if you want to work on your spine, get a reverse hyperextension like I have. That's what you need to do. So good. I got them shook. They're going to talk about me now. I'm stirring the pot. I got their attention. Is that what you're saying, Brian? I got their attention now. Alex claims you stole the medicine ball work from him. Next, he's going to accuse me of stealing straps from him. He invented them. Okay. I stole the medicine ball work from him. Does this silly, goofy ass midget faggot, and I called him that, little midget faggot, does he not realize that I used medicine balls before he ever worked out? So while he's over here playing hide the pickle with Vegan Gains, I shouldn't be saying that. I'm going to get myself canceled. Like, bro, I've used a medicine ball before he was probably born. Definitely before he reached puberty. Next, is he going to claim I stole max effort work from him? Jason Blaha would have never used bands or chains, if he hadn't seen me do them on my channel. Doesn't matter that he used bands on camera before I started lifting, before I started my channel. But because man, you saw that live too. I struck a chord. Coke Destiny, Snap City. So I got him shook. I got him shook. Oh, he's coming back. Yeah, I got that guy blocked. I got Shadow Man blocked. Yeah, Ramy Broad. No, I'm responsible for that. I had my partner manager ban him and delete. They pretty much IP banned him. That was easy. I just showed her the channel. Said, look at this guy. Look at this crazy stuff he makes about me. This is unacceptable. And he was gone the same day after a video call. So, here's the thing. I got him shook. Maybe he needs to quit being such a little crybaby and quit promoting silly stuff. I mean, I give him a hard time and he just doesn't stop doing it. Fake lifts. I clown him about the straps, and the dude's literally over here putting straps on to do curls. I mean, bro, you're making the memes yourself. So there's my message to Alex. Alex, you're literally writing the memes yourself. I give you a hard time about being insecure with the height thing and to stop skipping legs because of it. What do? You go get caught wearing height lifting shoes at an event and it gets proven. Okay, I call you strap-on destiny and make fun of you using straps for literally everything. And what do? You put straps on for curls. You literally went and strapped up and put up a video using straps on curls and explaining why it was a good thing. Then the only time you deadlift with a group of people around, instead of using this grip, you did all the supposed grip training. You put on straps for a 500-pound sumo deadlift. Bro, just stop. Like he's writing the memes himself, man. I don't see how the dude even has an audience, to be honest. Like the level of insecurity that he displays nonstop. And quite frankly, the level of stupidity that he displays. You know what I mean? It's not like he's the sharpest knife in the drawer either. Right. But now he's thrown in with vegan gains. Thrown in with vegan gains. Boy, wow. Continually injured grifter, admitted sociopath, who's continually injured. He's so gullible, he believed that lunatic from UFC talking about how you can be as big as Ronnie Coleman naturally if you channel your energy. Oh my God. He started chasing after him, right? I remember that he only records above his shoulder and forces his arms as low as possible to make his trap seem bigger and LARP is a mass monster, right? Oh, man. Well, here you go. Let me make sure that we're not seeing me only from above the shoulder. So I'm trying to fake being a mass monster here. We good? All right. We looking all tiny and sucked up. Looking small, bros. Yeah. Coke Destiny is tired, man. I'm about to turn 49. We still killing it. I'm going to go ahead and end the Facebook. We're good there. Like your Facebook post about your meal. Good job, sir. Awesome. Awesome, man. Appreciate it. Good. So I got these clowns a little bit shook. Well, that's a good thing. He wasn't such a doofus, I would feel bad for him. I agree. He looks zombified. Alpha Destiny reached a poor genetic quality. He's got a name like Alpha Destiny. How could that be? Right? He's got to be genetically gifted with a name like that. He's pretty much Nietzsche's Ubermensch. Right? Since he hung out and was butt buddies with Natural Hypertrophy, who was a self-admitted Nietzschean and bragged about it, he's pretty much the Ubermensch, man, right there. Oh, Lord. Just can't make this stuff up. Can't make it up, y'all. For real. After he brags, he's very strong and say, I'm not even a power lifter. If I had to describe Jason Blaha with Warner, it would be reasonable. I mean, I am reasonable. I try to be a reasonable guy. I try to be a fair guy. I just have a low tolerance for BS. Hey, guys, you know what, man? I'm going to apologize for dropping that F word earlier, man. I don't want people to think that I hate the LBGQ PT SD community. So, I don't want to come across that way. I can't keep up with all the letters anymore. So I'm going to take that back. I did not mean to call Strap-on Destiny the F word. Not saying he's not one. I just didn't mean to use it out loud. I didn't mean to actually say the word out loud. So I'm going to apologize for that. I'm going to take it back. So we good, man? You guys accept my apology? Everybody, I need a vote here. All right. I need to put it up for a vote real quick then. So I need to make sure that that we're good there, guys. So I'm gonna put it up for a vote. We aren't snug. Well, we need to know though, man. I'm gonna put the poll. I'm gonna put it up for a vote. Make sure that we're good here. So check it out. The whole thing is just slander. Of course it is, man. Of course it is. We got to make saying the F word cool again, right? I mean, it's fine in the UK. It's just they smoking a cigarette, which is not really cool, man. Why do British people want to say stuff like that, man? I need you guys to explain why you think it's acceptable to say, "Oh, mate, I'm just out here sucking on a fag." What's your thoughts on these overtoes? I think he's overrated. Ching says, I'm doing 3x5 for neutral chin-ups, 5x5 for over press, 3x5 for supinated chin-ups for maximum old school bodybuilder aesthetics. All right, cool, man. Good stuff. Synchro pulse sensitive. What are you laughing at, man? What are we laughing at here? What's funny? You think I'm a clown? You think we're being funny in here? It's not funny, man. Quit laughing, bro. It's not funny. Alex also said you were smarter than Matt Ogus. I don't know who that is, but I don't understand how that has to do with anything. I was smarter than Matt Ogus? Okay. Fair. You don't know who that is. All right, fair enough. I've met Ogus in person. He's all right, dude. No reason to hate Ogus. One person, somebody didn't accept my apology, man. 13 votes, and someone said, no, they don't accept my apology. The cigarette word. Yep. My nose is itching. Oh, man. All right. Well, it looks like your mom is going to win this vote again. We always have to give the option for your mom. I think that's really important in the votes here. I think log press is best exercise. You get overall thickness. I look at those strongman looks. The log press is not the reason they're so thick, man. There's a whole lot of you can't. I hate it when people look at strongman and always do. This is the sort of stuff strap-on used to do. Look at old school strongman. That's how you know weighted carries build the traps, because they all did farmers walks and they had big traps. So that's your proof. No, bro. How about they do a lot of different lifts and they eat a lot and they're on steroids? That's probably a pretty big factor. They lift really heavy for a lot of reps. They eat a lot of food and they take steroids. I think that's why they have big traps and why they're thick. Coaches, semen retention is completely BS red pill. No, it's stupid. In fact, I would say you're risking getting prostate cancer. Semen retention is stupid. Alex is now suddenly into 2 sets to failure. What's up with that? Did he steal that from me? He probably stole that from me. Right? What's your opinion on the chicken broccoli diet for R? I mean, I think chicken, rice, and broccoli diets do just fine. They're time proven. It's where Alex is a training maximalist. Oh man. We got a couple of no's in there. Some people are upset at me. No, looks maxing is ridiculous. It's a stupid term, and the people who are doing it are silly, stupid little boys who are never going to get laid, who are teaching other men how to not get laid. Literally, it's cringy, and it's teaching men how to not be masculine, and it's a bunch of guys who've never seen a vagina in their life teaching other guys how to go their whole life without seeing a vagina either. No, I think log presses are good. I think log press is a good lift, Caleb. I think it's silly when people attribute thickness and different groups to a single exercise. I think that's silly. But do I think the log press is a good lift? Yes, I think log presses are a great lift, actually. Behind the curve. Yes, it's an overhead variation, but I mean, overhead variations tend to work pretty well. My overhead pressing is good. So therefore, log pressing is good. Oh man, the worst part is that Clavier. I don't know anything about his tactics, so I don't really care, honestly. But I mean, again, these guys cater to losers, right? They cater to dudes who are struggling in general with everything, who can't talk to girls and everything else. Yeah, it's definitely brain rot. Yeah, pretty much. Semi is looks maxing is dudes plucking their eyebrows and excessively grooming and focusing on facial aesthetics because they think it's going to get them punani. So they're just farming incel, is what you're saying. Yeah, absolutely. Franco Colombo is crazy strong. Franco Colombo is crazy strong for this time. Yeah, just get shredded. And a lot of women don't even care for pretty boys anyways. Again, let's come over and talk about even the bald thing. How many of the dudes obsessed with this stuff are terrified of going bald? Yet how many of the men are considered famous bald dudes are considered some of the sexiest men in the world by women? The Rock, Jason Statham, Bruce Willis, Vin Diesel, all bald dudes, all women are adored by women, not all women necessarily. And people say, oh, it's just because they're rich and famous. No, they've been voted against other rich and famous men. Okay. 400 bench was top best in the world in the 1940s. Are we sure it was even 400? I think it was under 400. It's about confidence. Yep. Be an emotionally unstable walking heart attack time bomb for the rest of your life. What are we talking about there, Luke? Oh, man. Who started blasting at 14? What are we talking about? BMW, appreciate the super chat, brother. Yeah, we need a context, Luke. Which guy are we talking about? And he doesn't lift. He says he hates the gym. It's a waste of time. The category. Oh, wait, you're telling me this kid doesn't work out and he's been using tests and trends since he was 14? Oh, man. Lord of mercy. He started using Tren at 14. Now imagine if I use Tren these days. So you guys have now seen me first thing in the morning fasted, right? So I put up the ab work this morning. Everyone's seen it. That's what I look like before I get any coffee or fluids or anything in me. So I feel like we're definitely getting leaner. I look small though. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, I was like, wow, I look leaner there. But I'm like, dude, I look tiny as hell compared to in the mirror. But I look really small in that hanging leg raise video this morning. But I do look leaner. I was like, man, I look like I lost 20 pounds of muscle compared to how I look in the mirror. But, you know, oh, the dude literally wears shoulder pads and make them. No, Connor, no, the looks maxing guys literally do stuff like that. Had that pink teddy cat. Yeah, that's bag puss. There's a whole backstory on bag puss. First of all, bro, don't mention the pink thing. Like, bro, do you not see what he's holding? Bag puss is a straight gangster, man. Like, don't bring up the P word. Like, he gets a little upset. And I mean, he's got a Glock 19 sitting right there with a full magazine. I'm just saying, bro. He looks like a natty who's been training a good 1.5 to 2 years. He's been blasting Trend for 8 years because he thinks it makes it look good. Oh my God. All right. You think Nick Fuentes? I don't even believe in conspiracy stuff and controlled opposition. I just can't. Now, I think he's just a grifter. Would you rather spend 2 years in prison or 2 weeks in Vegan Gains basement? How about neither one? How about I come out of that basement fighting? I roll up into that basement with a full loadout and about 300 rounds. What do you think? I think I'll be fine. I can only imagine what it smells like in there. I bet you it smells like poop. One of the worst trends I've ever seen. I mean, I thought aesthetics there was a little silly, but nothing compared to, yeah, dude, it's ridiculous. I get more attention from women when I feel confident. So just become confident and you're sorted. Absolutely, dude. All right. The engaged old girl looked like Harry Potter. She looked like a fat Harry Potter. Just be yourself and have yourself be desirable. Don't be a weirdo, creeper, douchebag, and you're fine. Absolutely, dude. Be confident. Be strong. Learn to smile. Learn to raise the eyebrow at them. Look, that's all you got to do, guys. You'll be like, hey, what's up, girl? Raise the eyebrow. That's all you got to do, man. You just got to be like, hey, you believe in love at first sight? Because if not, I can walk by again. Raise your eyebrow. You're in, man. You're done. So you go. Class over, guys. Everyone send me $199 for their class, and yeah, you're good. I think modern youth is very radical. Like every fifth Instagram reel has to be a song HH by Kanye West. Now Alex can claim you stole that tip from him too, right? Because we know he's drowning in the poo nanny, right? I mean, he's so short though; he's going to drown in it really easy. To be fair, you got to get up on his tippy toes to not. I'm gonna keep hitting below the belt like that because it upsets him. So people are going to send it to him. He gets really upset. He's made it very clear how sensitive he is about it. I'm sure Strap-on thinks he got more women. I've been married twice. I dated a stripper who lived with me before on my channel. So, have you seen Kevin's video from Hair Cafe on YouTube? He mentioned you in a few videos, not in the best of light. Well, no one cares. I quite frankly don't care. Why does he care about? What is he hating because I'm bald, man? He sounds like a punk ass bitch who needs to just shave his head like a man. That's what he sounds like to me. I don't even know who he is. Have you ever bench pressed by placing the bar in between your point fingers and middle finger down the middle of your palm? What? No, dude. I stack the bar over my wrist bone. Connor, appreciate old school Blaha action getting in. Awesome, man. Appreciate the super chat, brother. All right, guys. These peons are scattering like ants. All right, guys. I'm about to wind this down, though, man. I appreciate the super chats today. I love you guys. I got to get back to it, though. So, Mount Cepheus. And we're out of here.